Good morning. Hi, Brooks. Hi. Hi. Today is D-Day. It's the day of Bronx's surgery. We have to drop him off in about an hour or so. Try not to be too nervous, but it's definitely been like a dark cloud over us. But I'm trying to keep my mind in a place where it's like, he's gonna be away from us for a couple of days, and yes, it's going to be hard, but in the end, it's in his best interest. So that kind of is what gets me going. I'm gonna try to spend about 30 minutes with him before we have to get on the road and just savor these last moments before we have to hand him off to the vet for the next couple of days. Look at my sweet little baby face. Yeah, your ears, oh, are pretty warm. My hands are cold. Hi, sweet baby. You're so cute. Mama's baby. Cutest little thing ever. Oh, you have an eye boogie. Big eye boogie. Can I see it though? Can I get it or no? Oh, it's on your eye. Can I see? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. Hi. Can I get it? Where did it go? My hand is shaking. Hi, baby. My sweet little baby. You ready to go? You want to go with mommy and daddy? Yeah. Let's go. Okay, come on. Let's go. Come with mommy and daddy. Oh, look at his paws. Look at how cute his paws are. So cute. They're folded together. Hi, baby. You ready to go? Let's go with mommy and daddy. We're back home. I don't think I'll not be able to cry, which is why I'm just like, forget it. I'm just gonna film this. Dropped him off. Was hard. I guess if you're not a pet parent, like, you won't really understand the feeling. And I understand, you know. So this is just one of those things where I feel like if you're not a pet parent, you just won't understand. So this might not be the vlog for you, I guess. But it was hard dropping him off. I think the hardest part is like he just shakes uncontrollably because he's nervous and he's anxious, and he it's not like a fun place for him. And then just not being able to like have him understand that we will be back for him and that this is all to just make him feel better, you know. So yeah, he's just gonna have to wait because the vet that he goes to, or the neurologist, works out of a hospital that's emergency pet care also. So if there's like an emergency, they'll take care of those stuff. They have a surgery that they're in right now. They have an MRI scheduled after that, and then they'll start his stuff, as long as, you know, oh, I look so ugly. As long as everything goes according to plan. It's in his best interest. It just doesn't make it easier to have to hand him off to somebody, and knowing that he's scared is difficult. I'm hoping and praying that everything goes according to plan, because, you know, with surgery and anesthesia, there's always a risk of stuff happening. So it'll be kind of like a nerve-wracking, I don't know how many hours. We'll just have to wait to see when we get the text before they start the process, and then they'll let us know when he's done, and he'll be there for at least 2 days. It can be more. So it's going to be kind of like a lonely couple of days. It is 4 p.m. and it's pretty dark. Today's a rainy day, but it's a day after Bronx's surgery. So last night at 8 p.m. we got a phone call from the neurologist and she said everything went well. So that's like the best news we could have received, but it was like the longest 9 hours of our lives. The neurologist called today saying that they're going to transition him off of his IV pain meds and start giving him oral medication, and so they'll see how he does, but she anticipates that he'll be good to go home tomorrow. But she did say that we can stop by between certain hours to come in and see him, which honestly I kind of debated over, because of course I want to see him, but I also feel bad because I know how much he wants to come home. The neurologist said that she took him out of his kennel today to take him on a walk to see how he does, and of course he's really weak on the hind legs, but she said he like quote unquote tried to run out of the place. Like he wanted to run, and I know exactly where he wanted to run. He wanted to run home. He didn't want to be there, like I already know. So then I feel bad going to visit him only to be like, sorry, you're not coming home with us, you know. So I really debated, but I did hear from a couple people that it's actually good to show your face and let him know that you haven't abandoned him and, you know, you're still around. So we're on our way to the hospital. We're probably like 5 minutes out, but I'm very nervous, very anxious. But we are bringing food with us. He hasn't eaten the last time I talked to the neurologist, but she said it could be because of the pain meds, and that might be suppressing his appetite, but I also told her he's picky, so she said to bring his food. Hopefully I can get some food in him. He's so tired, look at him. Hey, you want this one? He really hasn't changed. Okay, I give you this one. I give you the treat. Okay, take it easy. Easy, Bronxy. Easy. Oh, you poor thing. Okay, here, I give you a treat instead. Yes, good boy. You gotta eat this one. Oh, Bronxy, it's okay. It's okay. You want to stand him up maybe?
근데 너 그거 빡빡이라 빡빡한 거 있어?
Yeah, I do. I know. You want some? I'll give it to you in a second. You eat this one. You want to stand? Okay, okay. Look at this. He wants to go. He wants to go home. He thinks that way is out. That way is actually back into your kennel. He's trying to go home. Oh, you're walking so good, Bronx. You want mama? You poor thing. I know. He's trying to go home. He's trying to go home. Are you trying to go poo-poo? We just left the hospital, interestingly enough. So we stopped by the donut shop that was just a couple doors down, and we wanted to bring donuts for, you know, people who are working there. And as soon as we pick up the donuts and grab it, then we drive over to the vet. We see like 2 police cars, and like you can tell a really upset person, like I don't know if it was like a cat mom or a dog mom, but you can tell she's like really irritated and like just slamming her car door. Like she had her her pet in a little kennel. She put it in and then she like slammed the door, and I don't know what she was saying. I did catch like the last, like the very last part, which is something like ask Bill Gates, and I think she said something else. But yeah, that's like the last part that I saw, and I was like, ooh, some drama. So that actually, as unfortunate as it sounds, that made me feel a little bit better, because I was so nervous and like anxious to see Bronx that like that whole situation like took my mind off of things. The incision is what we saw. There's stitches on the inside, and they're self-dissolving stitches, so we won't have to come back to get those taken out, which is great. I knew it was going to be as gnarly as it looked. Edwin, I think, thought it was going to be like a lot smaller, the incision, but I already knew. I was pretty surprised with how mobile he was, because I honestly thought that he would not have power in his hind legs, and that's what I was anticipating. But when I saw him and he was walking around like normal, I was like really surprised, and that actually made me feel not as bad. But man, when I look at that incision, it just feels so like raw and, you know, painful, and just like or two. It hasn't been wiped like right away, so he has raw butthole, but I feel like it's probably the first and not the latter. Leaving him there was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to 100% cry, but he didn't fight going back like I thought he was going to. When the vet tech, or I don't know what her title is, but when she came to like pick him up, because she was like, okay guys, it's about time. They gave us, so they basically gave us an hour to sit with him, but she came back in and was like, it's about time for him to go back and, you know, get his fluids and his medication back in. So when she came back, he kind of seemed like he wanted to leave with us, but then in the end he ended up just standing there waiting for her to pick him up. So that made me feel a lot better. I think if he was like standing by the door like, I want to go home, I definitely would have cried. But he's actually doing really well, which honestly kind of surprises me, but also doesn't, because I feel like Bronx is so tough. Anytime he gets like a cut or I don't know, injures himself, like he doesn't really cry. Like he